Hey there and happy Friday. You must think I have no life. It's late, not late. It's Friday night and here I am crafting away in my stamp room and such for you guys. I'm bringing you card number 6 out of 10 for September's virtual stamp camp. And so thank you. So many of you have been keeping up with me and checking in. My husband had his gallbladder out yesterday, and that went well. They weren't able to get 100% of it out, but most of it out, and they just stapled the rest of that little bit, and they're going to leave that in there, and it shouldn't cause any problems, but it's just nice to have that whole thing done. So we left Wednesday night to go to Rochester to check in early Thursday morning, and it was just a really long day yesterday, and we were able to come home today. Hey there, Pam. Hi, Diane. Hi, Brenda. And so, yeah, we got back this afternoon, and I wanted to get working on this card, and I was talking with Pam, and we both agreed, like, sometimes you just can't do anything until you're caught up on everything else. So wanted to get some emails gone through and some mail gone through and all that kind of stuff. So now I feel like I'm ready to concentrate on you guys and today's card. Hi there, Lois. I'm glad I'm not the only one that it's Friday night, and like, you guys didn't have anything better to do than to watch me. No, just kidding. No, my husband is resting and such as he needs to, and he's a little uncomfortable. So it's good that we are home and not doing anything fun or more fun than stamping. All right, so here is card number 6. I'm bringing you a fall card, and I'm bringing in like some different techniques and different tools today for this one too. So I just thought, you know what, if it's September, we need a little bit more assortment of some fall card ideas for you guys. And if you know me, I love fall, so it's like it shouldn't be a hard thing for me to do to put together a fall card for you guys. Hey there, Jane. So let me get my camera turned around here. And that way you can see it up front, up close and such. And here it is. So showing you the intricate leaves. Whoops, kind of move that without planning it. The intricate leaves dies, and then just some wording there and the background there. Like I said, it's gonna I'm going to bring in some tools and such, which will be fun for you guys to see, and just a little trick or tip, you know, for making backgrounds nice and easy too. So I will just kind of set this aside there, and then I want to show you where different things come from. So yeah, now I pick it back up. The gather together is just, I'm going to be using that soon. That greeting is from Pretty Pumpkins. And so I just love that font and such. And I thought, well, that'd be fun to kind of just make a background out of that. And I've been doing lots of different things with the Pretty Pumpkins. And so I thought this would be a fun way to show you just a different way to do it with that. And that is on page, from the mini catalog, page 48. So you can see that whole stamp set, and then you might go, oh yeah, those are the dies that she's been using a lot too, the pumpkins dies. So that's where that comes from in the mini catalog. And then if you flip back just one page on page 47, that's where all the fun dies are coming from here. So I've been using these dies too quite a bit, and that's where they're coming from. So I'm using a like from 2 different bundles. Like you can have both of these as bundles, but I'm using these dies and the other stamp set. So I like to mix things up like that. Hi, Karen. Hi, Sarah. All right. So let me get that set aside there, and then I can start putting this together for you. So how I started with my card, well, first of all, isn't this like a fun little assortment? If you love fall, you'll go, oh, that's so fun. It almost looks like too, I don't know why I think this, when I put this combination together, it looks like bowling shoes. I don't know if it's like the pink bottoms that, if you think of bowling shoes and kind of the suede look, I think like this like nails bowling shoes perfectly, just like so. So the color that I'm using here actually is that new pale papaya. And I just haven't done a lot with it, but every time I work with it, I really like it. And I wasn't thinking when pale papaya came out, like, oh, that will be a great fall card, but it, or color, but it is. So that's going to be the base of the card. And then some soft suede and cinnamon cider and Cajun craze, and then very vanilla. I always seem to switch a little bit more to very vanilla with my fall cards, just because it has that warm tone to it. So to pull out that Stamparatus, which I haven't done for you guys for a while, I thought would be kind of fun for this card. And so I'm going to take my Pale Papaya ink pad and get that opened up. And then my very vanilla piece here is 3 inches by 4 inches. And I'm just going to put that right up in the corner. And this is just a silicone mat. This is so easy to wash off. And sometimes I think just having that little bit of extra cushion, this is a cling mount, not photopolymer. So I just like to have a little bit of something. And sometimes having this in there, especially towards a corner, which this is going to be stamping kind of close to the upper part and into the corner, that just adds a little bit of cushion for that. So that's why I use that, just a little trick of the trade there. So I have my Gather Together. I kind of put where I wanted it to be on here, the stamp, and then when I knew where I wanted it to be, and also that I knew I wanted it to stamp 4 times pretty evenly, then I knew I kind of had to do some maneuvering. And then I didn't want to take it off to show you guys how I did that, because I wanted it in that position so that I would get a good card for you guys to see. So that's how I came up with that position. And then I'm just going to ink up with my Pale Papaya ink pad, and then I'll press down on there. So we have Gather Together, and then it shouldn't shift much, but if it does, you can just, I didn't put magnets down because I didn't want them in the way, and since this was going all the way to the top and all the way over, and I just thought I'll just leave it like that. Then I'll just pick it up and hinge step down. This is called the hinge step technique, and so I just ink it back up, give it a nice firm press, lift it up, and go down 1 hinge step again, ink it up, and go like so, and then lift it up and down 1 last hinge step, and ink it up, and just go over like so. I think it would also be pretty, you know, I do a card and then I always go, oh, that would have looked better if possibly, but if I would have maybe done like an alternate color, I think that would be pretty, or even just like stamping off and then doing like a lighter version of that too. Hi Angie, hi Kelly, lots of people joining in tonight on a Friday night. All right, so that is why I love my Stamparatus tool though, because it gets everything so nice and perfectly even. I mean, we think we can. Sometimes they do a pretty decent job, but I think it's not only the spacing away from each edge, but just so that it doesn't want to tilt. Like I'm a good tilter, like I think I have it straight, but you know, then it just gets a tilt to it. All right, so this I'm going to mount on my 3 1/4 by 4 1/4 piece of soft suede next. Oh yes, Brenda got the Stamparatus. You will love it. I know people that stamp a lot. Oops, let's get this going. I just put a brand new tape in, so it needs to get pulled up to the top. I know some people that stamp, and that is all they use literally is their Stamparatus. Like that is like one big clear block, and they do all of their stamping with that. And I think that's just so cool to watch them, because everything that they make then is pretty perfect. All right, so I've got that on there, and I just love the Pale Papaya with soft suede. So really fun. Like I said, I was really excited about that color combination. Before I get ahead of myself and too far ahead, I'm going to pull out the Pale Papaya. Let's get some more light here. Pale Papaya Open Weave Ribbon. I can always tell my videos when I do them later, the lighting always seems to be a little bit more interesting, and sometimes it shows up differently for you than it does for me, so it might be totally fine for you guys too. All right, so the open weave ribbon that I'm using in Pale Papaya also comes in all of the in colors that just came out for this annual catalog. So there's, you know, the soft succulent, evening evergreen, fresh freesia, this one, and the magenta madness too. So if you kind of like that style, know that they're all really pretty, and I love how the edges have kind of that color, you know, really vibrant, but then also just, you know, almost like see-through there too. So it's really pretty, like so. Hey there, Lisa, good to see you. Oh, Diane, your connection must not be great. Sometimes, like on a Friday night too, you never know if people are home streaming movies and who has what type of service and everything. Okay, so now I'm going to do some die cutting with the leaves. And the leaves here, come from the Intricate Leaves dies. And so I'm using these 3 here. And they cut out pretty intricate, like it says, Intricate Leaves dies, but I also like to let you know, besides some that are kind of more intricate, they also have some more open space too, and these actually coordinate with the stamp set too. And I've used this branch before too with that bedazzling paper just for a little sprig that was pretty dazzling and such too. So I love these. And because the leaves aren't all that big, they're just a really nice size though. I thought, well, let's pull out my mini, whoops, I was like, where's my other cutting pad? It's stacked in there. Let's use the mini cut and emboss machine. So I'm just going to wheel that through like so with the one, and this is Cajun Craze, like so. And here I have my little mat here that goes so well with my take your pick die brush tool, and so that'll get some of it out like so. And I'm not too concerned about what's coming out. Oops, I don't even think I have to do that. If there's little pieces that are left in there, I kind of like that where some of it's out and some of it's left in too. So I'm just gonna set that one aside and then change out colors. And so this one is going to be this leaf with cinnamon cider. And I'll just put that on there like so and wheel that through. And because they are a little bit more intricate and this machine's so tiny, it's easy to go back and forth, and that'll give it a really nice here, let's use this, a really nice cut. Now that one, it all came out easily, which is just fine. And then the last leaf that I'm going to use is done with the soft suede. So this is kind of brown with a little bit of maybe like an olivey tint to it, not heavy, but you can tell that there's like a green undertone to it. So this one is going to be the last one I'm going to run through like so. And then we'll take this out. Okay, sometimes it sticks to this and sometimes it sticks to that. And then this one has most of it out. Sometimes I just go like that, and sometimes I want it out, sometimes I don't. But when most of it comes out, then it's like, okay, you can't have just like 3 little things left. Otherwise it might look kind of awkward there too. Even the like leftover confetti pieces look fun for fall on that. So, all right. And I'm gonna just put that aside. I want to make sure that I don't have any of these little pieces, because sometimes if you're doing other things, those can cause little bumps, and then we don't want little bumps in the road on our projects. All right, so now I'm going to just take some mini glue dots here and open that up and get to the first mini glue dot, which is there. And then there's kind of a nice solid piece there that this can hide behind. And I like it kind of free flowing. So I don't want to use adhesive sheets today, because I thought, you know what, I want it to just kind of look like it's setting there and is attached, but has some motion to it like that. And then same with this, there's kind of more of a thicker space up at the top. So I just want to press that there like so, and kind of almost tuck it close to the ribbon. It doesn't have to be like perfectly like that, but I kind of like how that looks like so, maybe a little bit more tilted. And then this one I'm going to put right in the middle there. And then sometimes I can kind of twist or pull it a little bit too to get up into a different area. Like I said, I didn't want a lot of adhesive, and I wanted it to be able to kind of free flow like so. Okay, so this is the point where I got to my card, and I still like the color combination. And I'm like, okay, I'm excited about this. And then I'm getting ready to show you this. And it's like, what is missing? Like, I'm going to put that on there, and it's like, I like it. And I'm like, this just looked kind of blah. And I thought about just cutting this down and putting this pale papaya layer maybe on some more soft suede, or embossing around this or something, just to give it something. And I thought, oh, let's use a background stamp. I haven't used a background stamp in a long time. And so I think that would make the difference between this, that, and the others. So, So I got out my Birch. This is the Birch background stamp, and this is from the annual catalog. And when I put the sticky sticker on, then it just sticks so well to my plastic case. I just kind of leave it just like that. And then what I do is open up my soft suede ink pad here, and I just kind of lightly tap this on there like so. And this is just stuck in there. It's not going to move, so that gives it a good base. And then I set my card down like so, my cardstock. And because I want to get close to the edges, but I don't want to get ink on my fingers, this is where I take another acrylic block here, and I just kind of give it a nice firm press down. And then I kind of shift where my fingers hold it down so that this doesn't move. And then I can keep applying pressure with my acrylic block all the way around. And like you'll get places like this where there's more ink here than other places, and you can see it's kind of wet. So then I always kind of look at my fingers just to make sure just that lifting it off of here doesn't get ink on something that is going to transfer to my card, but it looks pretty decent. Sometimes even handling the acrylic block after I do that can be what makes it kind of happen too. So with that, now I feel like this card has really a lot more personality just by adding that one little step up too. And with this, I want to give it a little bit of lift. Not that it has to, but I thought it would look nice to have dimensionals put underneath here to give it that lift from the background stamp. So I'll put about five or six, I guess. Now that I have one right in the middle, it'll be five. Sometimes I put one down lower and one up higher like so. And then all of a sudden it just looks like fall, like when you walk and you see more of the bark on the trees now because the leaves are falling. That's what it reminds me of. Oh yes, Marie, thanks. Oh, hey Jean, good to have you on here. It was so fun to see you. We ran into each other. Jean's in my team, in my downline team, and we ran into each other at Sam's Club in Mankato Wednesday night as we were heading over. And I haven't seen her for so long, so we did one of those screaming hugs. And okay, so now I just want to add one last embellishment. And 2021, 2023 in Color Jewels, I thought was the perfect, just little addition. So these are all those 5 in colors. They coordinate perfectly, like I said, with the 5 in colors that are all in the ribbon and such. So I thought this almost looks yellowish on there, even though it's, you know, the pale papaya. But what I thought was fun is once I added it to my card, it really took on kind of the orangey, goldy, tone that I wanted for like a fall color. So I'm just using one big one on here and then 2 small ones to kind of get that uneven look. But I love how that just kind of it kind of pulled together the soft suede and the pale papaya a little bit together too. So yes, good, Jean. All right, so for the inside, because this just says gather together and is more of a fall note card, I'm leaving my inside blank for you guys to use however you want, but just kind of letting the outside of this note card be the focus of the card itself. So there you go. So that is my card number 6. Let me get this moved around. That is my card number 6 for my set of 10 September Stamp Camp cards. So how you can get my whole set of 10, I'm only on 6, so I have 4 more to make for you guys. And I like to put a lot of different variety into the set of 10 so you don't feel like you're getting all Halloween, all fall, all birthday, or anything like that. So the next 4 will have variety to them as well. So how you can get them is if you place a minimum $75 order using my host code. Host codes are really important because using that host code connects it. So Stampin' Up! Says, yes, that goes towards that grouping that's going to get those 10 cards. And so with that, using the host code gets the 10 cards for free. Or if you go, you know what, I'm good for supplies, but I really like the cards, let me know. And you can get the set of 10 cards from me for $25. And that includes me mailing them to you or delivering them if you are local. And since I think this went pretty quick, I have to share this story, this cute story with you. So when I go to Rochester, my husband's in the hospital usually, and I get to stay in a hotel, not get to, have to. And so I've gotten to know the staff really well at the hotel that I stay with. And as I was coming down this morning, the guy that usually works in the evenings that I talk to when I'm done visiting my husband behind the counter, and they all know me by name, and I feel like cheers when I go in there, hey Belle. And so it's just so nice because it's comforting. It makes me feel safe when I'm traveling alone. And so today I was surprised to see him during the day, and I got to introduce my husband to him because he stayed in the hotel with me last night, and he was getting ready to leave this morning. And so I don't even know what happened or what the conversation, I'll have to ask my husband if he remembers how it even got started. Something to do with stamps or Stampin' Up or something. And he goes, you do Stampin' Up, or do you make cards? And I'm like, oh gosh, that is what I'm crazy about. And he goes, my wife does Stampin' Up. My wife has, and he rattled off a large amount, dollar amount. He said, my wife has this much amount of Stampin' Up supplies. I had to build her a she shed, and went on and on, called his wife and said, you'll never guess who's here. Like, we don't even know each other. So for her, it's like, okay, we don't know each other, but it was so cool just to connect in that way. And I'm like, how have I been in this place for on and off for 3 months? And that has never come up in the conversation. So he asked for my business card and my catalog, and of course I had catalogs in my bag. I take them everywhere because I always like to work and be looking at upcoming projects and stuff. But I just had to share that with you because I thought, okay, sometimes we think, are we the only crazy card makers out there that just love doing this all the time? And to hear how she has her own shed, and to hear her husband's passion for her about doing this too was pretty fun and incredible too. So just wanted to share that with you to end your Friday. And I will be back again on Monday with card number 7 for September. So you guys have a good weekend. Take care. Bye-bye.